He lost at UCLA 25-23. Georgia's quarterback Eric Zier is a 4-year starter, a candidate for the Heisman Trophy. Tennessee's quarterback Todd Helton is making his first start, replacing Jerry Colquitt, whose knee injury in the first series at UCLA has put him out for the entire season. The stage is set for the opening of the real season, and that's the Southeastern Conference season, as the revamped Volunteers come racing onto the field across the way. And wherever you listen, ladies and gentlemen, it's football time in Tennessee.
What happened?
Tennessee's captains will be Davis, Hayden, Stewart, and Talley. And representing Georgia will be Yancey. That's Davis, Brown, Holtz, and Storm. The officials for the football game will be, as we check them, I can't read that. They're printing black on black. Georgia has won the toss, elected to defer until the second half, so Tennessee has the option here for the opening kickoff. The officials are Dick Burleson, Butch Hanna, Ray Moon, Tommy Lorino, Ben Oldham, Joe Delaney, Harold Mitchell. Bill Anderson, the keys to the game for the Volunteers and the Bulldogs.
Well, I think it's defense on both sides, John. Tennessee's going to have to play some outstanding defense to stop Zier in the passing game. On the other hand, what and how much improved of the defense does Georgia have? Can they stop Tennessee's ground game, as well as I suppose going to be mixed somewhat with the passing game when Helton's in there?
The Volunteers have elected to receive, and Georgia will defend the west goal. That's right. The field runs east and west, not a factor at night, as our broadcast position is on the south side of the football field. Have we had an ID? I don't think so. We'll take 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Vol Network. From Sanford Stadium in Athens, Georgia, this is John Ward and Bill Anderson to send you the play-by-play. Our spotter will be Tom Mattingly, and our statistician will be Chip Smith. As the Bulldogs are clad in red with white numerals, and Tennessee will be wearing white uniforms with orange numerals, and it will be Georgia kicking off, and Tennessee will be receiving to begin this game on a grass surface between the hedge. Football begins for the Volunteers with an indoor kick that is relatively short, corralled at the 7, 10, 15, gets a block 20, comes to the near side 25, breaks outside and is squirming forward to the 26-yard line, as it was Buster Owens who made the tackle on Tennessee's Billy Williams. First down 10 Tennessee, just beyond the 26-yard line. The quarterback is Todd Helton, 6'1", 198 junior. He is a left-handed quarterback. The wide receivers, Joey Kent wearing number 11, 6'1", 184 sophomore, and Billy Williams, 5'11", 174 senior, wears number 80. Up over the ball comes Bubba Miller, 6'1", 285. Georgia in a four-man front. Tennessee with a single running back, that being Stewart. The give is to Stewart. Comes to the near side, gets one block, and spins his way to the 30-yard line and slightly beyond, where he's wrapped up and dropped by Robert Edwards at 6'2", 202. Just beyond the 30-yard line, so it's a pickup of right at 4 yards on the play. Blocking for Tennessee, Lehman, 6'5", 287. Mays, 6'4", 284. Miller, 6'1", 285. Smith, 6'3", 310. Ratliff, 6'7", 302. Again, Tennessee with two wide receivers to the right, one into the boundary left, single running back, wing back right. Helton gives the ball off, up the middle, and spinning and then slipping and falling after getting 3 yards. Up to the 33.5-yard line is James Stewart, knocked down by Randall Godfrey. In his first game last week, Stewart carried the ball 16 times for 89 yards and made one reception for 16. Tennessee needs to move the ball 2.5 yards for the first down. Third down upcoming, and the crowd answering to the public address announcers' encouragement comes collectively to their feet against a 6-man Georgia front. Helton sizes it up. Now it's an 8-man front. Helton looks it over, waiting. Helton, handoff, tailback, right side, struggling forward. It will be close. I think that Stewart will be about a half a yard short, as Travis Jones is there to make the stop.
Didn't make it, I don't believe, John. He ran into the 8-man line. They got pretty good penetration in there, not much running room. Stewart almost had the first down on the second down try, though. There was opening in there. He tried to cut it back and slip. Pretty good hole. They've opened up a couple of pretty good holes, but that third down, I don't believe he got it.
Tennessee will request a measurement, and so the change will be brought in from the far side. Georgia defends up front, tall and big. Matt Storm, 6'6", 305. Walter Rouse. It is stretched, and it is about a foot shy of the first down. So Tennessee is faced with fourth down, and into the game will come Tom Hutton, the senior from Memphis, who is averaging 41.3 yards per punt. And deep will go McRaney for Georgia, drifting back to position himself. Well, he should be further back than that. He is now standing at about the 25-yard line. Not much wind at all. Light and variable as Georgia jumps into a 10-man front with big people looking for a crease, looking for a lane to block the punt. Hutton is waiting. There's the snap. Hutton gets the ball. Now the return is set up as he hits the punt. A wobbly punt that is going to bounce at the 30, rolls down and out of bounds at the 24-yard line of Georgia. And the Bulldogs will go on offense, first down and 10 to go. Defending for Tennessee, Shane Burton, 6'5", 272. Corey Stone, 6'2", 275. Leland Taylor, 6'3", 285. Steve White, 6'2", 256 up front. Linebackers will set to make sure that it is Kidd or Sanders. One of the two will start. Gallion in the middle and Talley on the right side. Jenkins, Davis, Parker, and Austin. It will be George Kidd starting at linebacker. And here will be Georgia with Zier moving back into the shotgun right off the gun. Back to throw, Zier looking. Pass out into the flat is caught. Davis, 20, 25, 30. Bang! He is hit. Fumbles the ball. There's a scramble for it. He has lost the football, and Tennessee has pounced upon it. At the 29-yard line, it has been recovered by the Big White. It was George Kidd who gets the ball, and somebody popped him, Bill.
I didn't see who it was, but somebody really put a hit on him, John. He come in there and really busted him, knocked that ball loose. Big play for the Orange.
Tennessee will have the ball first down and 10 to go now at the Georgia 29-yard line. The pass was complete, Zier to Davis, but Davis running upfield was met, lost the ball, and Tennessee alertly pounced on it just about 2 yards inside the near sideline. The Vols with the ball on the left hash mark. Georgia stunning back and forth. Pelton hands off tailback, tries the right side, not much there. Penalty marker is down on the play. I believe that stunning linebacker might have violated the neutral zone from the Georgia perspective. Tackle on the play, Storm and Jones. There was a marker down with the score 0-0, 12:48 to go in the first quarter, and the official will tell us. It is holding against Tennessee. As the neutral zone, though, violated to Davis, who was hit and fumbled. Tennessee recovered at the 29. Now the Volunteers will hand the ball at the 39-yard line, working out of the shotgun. It's Helton standing 6 yards deep, waiting for the snap. There it is. Hands on a draw, up the middle, pops it down to the 35, onto the 33-yard line. Is Tennessee carrying the football as James Stewart takes it on a little, well, draw play in essence, and he was finally knocked down by Godfrey and Edwards, moving the ball back down to on the near sideline, on the near hash mark to the 33-yard line. Stewart now 4 carries, 15 yards. Tennessee yet to put the ball in the air. That pickup good for 6 yards, but Tennessee, of course, had the penalty, so it will be 2nd down and 14. 2 flankers right, 1 left, wing back to the near side as well in the shotgun. Helton moves up, maybe checking off against a 4-man front thrown up by Georgia. Waits for the snap. Miller will snap it back. This is Helton, the left-hander looking. Throws across the middle. Long, incomplete. Diving for a possible interception downfield for Georgia was Edwards. It was intended for Joey Kent, but it goes incomplete, and now Tennessee will have it 3rd down and 14.
He tried to hit him on the turn in, just a simple curl pattern on the weak side, a single receiver out over there, John. Georgia had it covered very well. The ball was thrown high, and nobody could get to it. Probably a good thing.
No score, 11:50 to go in the first quarter, and now the Georgia players become cheerleaders, encouraging the fans to stand, and everybody does. Tennessee now with the ball, 3rd down, 14. 4-man front. Will they blitz? No. Back to throw. Helton steps up. Will run perhaps. Helton is going to throw the ball deep down into the end zone. Up goes the player for the grab, and the pass has been complete. Penalty marker down. Penalty marker down. Helton might have moved past the line of scrimmage. The pass was caught on a great grab in traffic by Kendrick Jones, but a penalty marker is down on the play. And the indication is that Tennessee is going to draw the penalty, as we'll go down again to referee Burleson.
Illegal pass. Passer was beyond the line of scrimmage.
Well, we didn't hear it, but we were right, Bill. Tennessee's Helton went beyond the line of scrimmage before making the pass, and though it was a sensational catch made, it will be wiped off with the penalty.
Yeah, it's too bad. It was a terrific catch. He threw it up down there, but the receiver got under and just came down with a super catch, but I thought when he threw it that he probably was across, and they made the call.
So here comes the penalty against Tennessee. And it will be a 5-yard, but it should be a loss of down. I feel confident. And it is a loss of down. So it's got to be 4th down, and Tennessee will get Hutton into the game to try to pooch one downfield and back Georgia up with 11:36 to go in the first quarter of a scoreless game. Tennessee completing the pass down inside the 5-yard line, but it is, of course, nullified because of the violation. Hutton back deep, waiting for the snap. Tennessee with a long count. Snap, punt. He's going to hit it high. Tennessee racing downfield. He hits it high. Tennessee looking to get under the ball. It's going to come down bouncing at the 10, and Tennessee will down the ball at the 1-yard line. Perfect execution, Tom Hutton. Perfect positioning, Sean Summers. Zier hands off to the fullback, and wedging forward comes Bowie, and Bowie pounds behind the big right tackle, Rusty Beatty, forward to about the 2-yard line. He's pinned as he gets there by Scott Gallion and Leland Taylor in the middle of the line. It will be 2nd down right at 8 yards to go for Georgia, just outside its 2-yard line. 0-0 the score, 11 minutes to go in the first quarter here at Sanford Stadium. This is John Ward and Bill Anderson sending you the play-by-play. As Georgia splits the running backs, a wide receiver to the near side. Zier looks over a 4-man to Tennessee line. Zier gives the ball off to Terrell Davis. Not much there. He starts to the left, then twirls back to the inside. As he gets there, he's met by Leland Taylor. Maybe a half-yard on the game. It was actually Bowie carrying, not Davis. And it will be 3rd down and right at 7 yards to go. So Tennessee digging in, and Bill Anderson. Here comes big number 88 into the lineup. That's Bryce Hunter, who can fly. And maybe an interception is not much worse than a punt.
Well, it'll be about the same, I guess, John. You might see a pass here, play action or so, because they have about 7 yards to go.
Zier, the quarterback, against a 4-man front. Zier off play action, rolls to the near side, looks, throws the ball upfield, and it's going to be incomplete. Tennessee had 2 men breaking on the ball. Bryce Hunter, as we mentioned, number 88, the intended receiver. Deron Jenkins made a break on the ball, but it fluttered past both, and it will be 4th down upcoming. Georgia will be punting from its end zone with Pellock on. He is averaging on the year 31 yards per punt. Deep for Tennessee, very, very deep indeed, is Sean Summers, who is standing back all the way at his 45-yard line. Snap, Tennessee puts the rush on. The punt is away. Poor punt, very, very short. Tennessee sees it, bounces the 30, gets a great Georgia skip, and rolls up to the 40-yard line where it is down. So Tennessee once more in excellent field position as it was down by James Warner, the tight end. The punt is good from the end zone for 36 yards, with about 13 of that on the roll. Helton hands to Graham, starts right, cuts left, finds a hole, gets to the 40, down to the 35, lowers his head and booms with explosive power on that cut, Bill. You saw at the line of scrimmage. He's at the 32-yard line for a pickup of 8.
Yeah, they had a pretty good hole over there, but the thing about Jay, I tell you what, he's strong and powerful runner, but he has got some speed and quickness about him.
Tennessee, 2nd down, 2, 0-0 the score. Helton has a wing back right, 2 receivers left, 4-man front. Georgia, they overload into the boundary right. Give comes to Graham, tries right. He's got a 1st down as he skirts over left tackle and hurtles down to the 29-yard line, wrapped up by Greg Bright. Graham in 2 carries has picked up the first down of the football game. So the score remains 0-0 with 9:24 to go as the clock is stopped for the marking of the 1st down. Tennessee has Todd Helton at quarterback, the fullback, Mose Phillips, although on occasion Tennessee, as is true here, will go with a single running back, that being Graham. 5-man line thrown up by Georgia. Helton gives to Graham, needs a block near, turns the corner, 30, lowers his head, is crashed as he gets only a yard or 2. Good pursuit from the inside. Kerry Johnson then comes up from his safety position, and it was Edwards who pursued. A gain on the play of little if any yardage, actually, as they haul the ball in. There might have been a half-yard loss on the play. So it's going to be 2nd down and 10.5 yards to go. Good pursuit by Georgia. They came that time with a 5-man front. Tennessee substituting as out goes Graham, and back in comes Stewart, who, of course, is a good pass receiver. Tennessee jumps into the shotgun. Stewart back there with Helton, the left-hander. Georgia creeps a corner up on the near side. Helton sets up a screen. There's the pass caught by Stewart at the 35 to the 30. He is dropped as he gets to the 27-yard line. Again, excellent pursuit by Georgia. It was Randall Godfrey who was the key man on the tackle, as Tennessee had the screen set up pretty well, but Georgia pursued.
First man in the screen didn't get the block on Godfrey out there, John. He ran by him. He didn't see him or something, left him untouched, and he was there to make the tackle on Stewart.
So here it is, Tennessee 3rd down and 9 yards to go. The ball rests at the Georgia 27-yard line. 3rd for Tennessee. 3rd down and 8. Shotgun. Helton back, looking, waiting. Pass downfield is almost intercepted. It was deflected by Godfrey, who tipped the ball into the air, then reached trying to pull it down for the interception, unable to do so, as the pass was intended for tight end David Horn, underthrown, incomplete, and the Volunteers are faced with 4th down.
Good.
The ball is at the 27-yard line, so it will be a 44-yard field goal try by John Bexford. His longest 53, but not this year. He's 0 for 2. Kicking toward your left or the west end of the field. Holding will be Wheaton. Snapping will be Holland. The ball from the right hash mark. The kick by Bexforth is in the air. It's long enough. Is it good enough? Good. Tennessee leads 3-0. Here comes the kick. Hits it high. Hits it long. It will be 4 yards deep in the end zone. He's going to down the ball. So Bexford hits it and hits it very well. And Georgia will have the ball first down instead to go at its 20-yard line. Dyer gives to the running back, and starting up the middle and then cutting to the left is the true freshman Hines Ward, 6'1", 185. Recruited as a quarterback, highly recruited. That time, he's been moved to running back at tailback, and he tries the left side and is met and stopped by Taylor after a gain of 3 yards on the play. Tennessee player injured is Deron Jenkins upfield at the 40-yard line, being visited now by Tennessee's training staff. Georgia is coached by Ray Goff. He played at Georgia. Play action to throw. Here's the pass downfield. Man is there. Pass is caught by Thomas, who makes the catch at the 42-yard line, moves on to the 45. He's tackled as he gets there by Troy Pratt, who came on for the injured Jenkins.
Now, Johnny, the receiver did a good job getting down there, getting in the crease of the zone, just right in the spot. Zyer put it right on the money.
To the left. Going to look back to the near side. Here's the pass upfield. Incomplete. Pattern broken down. Nobody near the ball. I assume Bryce Hunter was the intended receiver, but it was far beyond his reach. And then much further downfield was Jenkins, and Daniels. He was not near the ball as well. So it goes incomplete, and it will be 2nd down and 10. Bill?
Well, Tennessee, he kind of rolled out, moved the pocket a little bit and moved over there. Tennessee's defensive end was blocked momentarily, but got up and started to put a little heat on him. I think it might have rushed him.
Zyer sends a man in motion. German right to left. Out of the shotgun, here's the shovel underhand Utah pass. It is pulled down there by Davis at the 47 to the 50, moves on down to the Tennessee 45 and to the 44, and I think, well, maybe not. Very, very close to the first down. Jason Parker comes up from his safety position to make the tackle. Less than a yard. Pick up on the play of 9, and Georgia substitutes as Bowie running it straight ahead for the first down, as he pounds right behind Big Beatles and Stark to move the ball inside Tennessee's 43-yard line and 3-yard line of the Volunteers with 5:55 to go in the first quarter of the game. Zyer last week 31 of 51 for 485 yards against South Carolina. Georgia winning that game by 3. Zyer up under the center this time. Now he'll shift into the shotgun and signals the play. He's got 3 wide receivers to the left, moving out that way, looking. Here's the pass downfield. It is going to be incomplete. As it got to the intended receiver, Thomas, he was whacked and whacked hard by Ronald Davis. The pass incomplete as Tennessee had him sandwiched on the far side, and it will be 2nd down and 10.
Pretty good coverage out there. Tennessee's defensive line, John, they've taken bigger splits. You got the defensive ends for the most part playing to the outside, and they're getting some penetration, trying to come back in there and get some force Zyer to throw it a little bit. Good coverage downfield. Good lick.
2nd down 10, Georgia, trailing by a score of 3-0. The ball rests at the Tennessee 43-yard line in the first quarter. Zyer moves back, straight drop, waiting, looks, will run. He's going to skip out of bounds after getting the ball to the 35-yard line. So Tennessee dropping back to control the 4 deep receivers. Zier sees a little bit of room, and he skips downfield for a gain of right at 8 yards. Tackled, or actually forced out of bounds, by John Emery, the sophomore from Norco, Louisiana. And Georgia, with Zier carrying the ball for the 4th time this year, he's amassed a total of 17 yards rushing. It will be 3rd down, 2 yards to go. Score 3-0 Tennessee. Time 5:22 to go. Clock stop with the out-of-bounds play. Georgia lines up with Zier, the quarterback, up under the center. No true running back behind him. Now shifting back will be a running back set to the left. That's Ward. Zier's going to throw. Pass across the middle is incomplete. Graham had his man whipped, slanting to the inside. The ball hit him. He juggled it for a moment. Pratt, diving, had a shot for the interception, but it failed. And so with 4th down and 2, Georgia, trailing 3-0, will, I think, go for the first down.
It looks like they're going to do it, John. Of course, that was just a quick slant in. They chopped the defensive end coming in, the wing back in there, blocked him into his knees to knock him down so he couldn't get his hands up. And he tried just to hit it. The ball was thrown a little bit behind the receiver, and he couldn't hold on it.
And so the Volunteers are going to be asking for a timeout with 5:18 to go in the first quarter of the game to determine what the defensive set is going to be. Georgia did substitute, getting some bigger people, it appeared to me, in there. Gets the ball, gets the punt away, hits it high. Now Georgia pursues it downfield. It's going to skip at the 10, takes a high bounce, and will be down by Georgia at the 9-yard line. So Tennessee, which has been able to pick up only 1 first down in the football game, that a rushing first down by Jay Gray. And this is Hayden, starting right, cutting left, gets a couple of yards, and is swarmed. The hole was closed at left tackle. He veers back to the interior and moves it slightly beyond the 10 before Randall Godfrey, pursuing from that linebacking position, makes the tackle. Tennessee will have it 2nd down and 9, 4:49 to go in the first quarter of a 3-0 game, with Tennessee leading Georgia here at Athens. And the Volunteers have Todd Helton at quarterback, 2 wide receivers right. The tight end is to the left side for Tennessee in the I formation, with Phillips the fullback. Helton rolls right, looks to throw. Being pursued, is sacked. He's thrown down at the 2-yard line by Randall Godfrey again. 3-0, lost field position. Helton hands the tailback, gets a little running room 5 to the outside 10, turns the corner 15, stumbles and falls as he dives to the 20-yard line. And it was Edwards who makes the tackle on Aaron Hayden. I think he might have made it, but it will be close. They will align the ball as they bring it in and spot it at the 20-yard line. And what will it be? It will be first down, Big Orange.
What a big play that was. I think Georgia unloaded on the rush. They were trying to get back in there and storm Hayden, thinking it was going to be a pass. They gave the ball off to Hayden. He pulled it to the outside. Big hole, got a couple of great blocks there.
Tennessee first down and 10, leading 3-0. Helton stays with the I formation against the 5-man Georgia front. Pitch, Hayden, right side. Not much. Burke works free, spins loose, is finally dropped as he gets to about the 26-yard line. Robert Edwards there defending. As Tennessee had a pretty good surge on the right side. They had a lead blocker out in front. In fact, I was following the lead blocker. And it was Hayden who was the man stopped at the 26-yard line. And so the play started at the 20.5, right at really closer to 5 than 4. 3 carries, 24 yards for Hayden, who is the tailback against Georgia's now in a 4-man front. Helton sees the change in the defensive alignment, and he changes the play. This is Hayden starting right, somersaults forward, short of the 30-yard line, maybe to the 28. And there was Matt Storm making a tackle on him. Score 3-0 Tennessee, 2:36 to go in the first quarter. And the Volunteers shuttling players in and out as Helton gets the call on 3rd down. On the previous 3rd down, Tennessee had the ball at its 2-yard line, and Hayden breaks it to the outside and races forward for a first down with an 18-yard pickup. Now Tennessee will have it 3rd down and more than 2, about 3 yards to be honest with you, 2.5 at least. Tennessee into an I formation. Georgia comes up in a virtual goal line defense. 8 men packed very tightly as Tennessee has Helton on the keeper, turns upfield, fights, struggles, lowers his head and booms forward, and he has a first down, Tennessee. Travis Jones make the tackle, but it's Helton keeping, running that little option fake to the right side with Hayden trailing him. It's Helton, pulls it down, turns upfield, was hit, but just struggled forward for the first down and 10 to go.
They picked it up by about a yard. Pretty good execution by Helton that time. He came out, they had the pitch man out there. He made a good move at him as though he was going to pitch it, then he just tucked it in, and he saw a little crease there, turned it up. Big play for the Orange.
Tennessee will have the ball. First down and 10 to go, just outside the, well, close to the 32-yard line. In the I formation against the four-man front. Tailback again. No, it's Helton. Play action. He's going to go deep on a fly route across the middle. Pass downfield. Complete. All the way down to the 25. Down to the 20. Down to the 15-yard line. Billy Williams. And it was Helton coming out of there on play action, running that post route across the middle. And it is right on target in stride. And Williams has given Tennessee a first down and 10 to go at the 15-yard line.
He's the speed man. Made a great catch on that, too. I think that fooled everybody. Fooled the secondary of Georgia. It fooled us, including you, I think. John,
I had it all the way.
On that play action, he hit the ball extremely well. Everybody thought the back had it going up the gut, and he pulled it out and made a beautiful pitch.
53-yard gain, and Tennessee with 1:25 to go. First down and 10 to go at the Georgia 15-yard line, as the pass was thrown from Helton to Williams on a post route right across the middle. He got in between the two defenders, and he made the catch. Now Tennessee will have as receivers Marcus Nash and Maurice Staley, both freshmen in the game for the Volunteers. This is Helton. Option. Started a pitch, couldn't, and is knocked down for no gain on the play. He was being trailed on the right side by Hayden, and Helton thought about making the pitch. Was then wrapped up and dropped by Philip Daniels, who was defending actually as an outside linebacker. Actually a loss of about a half yard. Tennessee now has in the game Maurice Staley, 6'1", 195 freshman from Charlotte, and Marcus Nash, 6'3", 190 freshman from Tulsa. Staley taller than 6'1". Tennessee in the I formation, two wide receivers to the left side. Helton hands off, gives the ball, the tailback, big hole up the middle, slashing to the 15, slashing to the 10, spinning at the 12, diving at the 10, pinned as he gets down inside the 5-yard line, at the 3-yard line, as Aaron Hayden comes straight up the middle, and it is Hayden with a big block by Bubba Miller, carrying the ball down inside the 5-yard line, where Tennessee will have it first down and goal to go with 17 seconds to go in the first quarter of the game.
Beautiful job of the offensive line. They blew a hole in there that time. It looked like Hayden was going to take it into the end zone when he got hit by the secondary. Big hole.
Clock counting down. The Tennessee fans want Tennessee to get the play off, but it will not occur. And so, though the Big Orange fans are standing and cheering, Tennessee will move to the opposite end as the second quarter will get underway. Second quarter will get underway with Tennessee now moving to the goal line toward your right, as the Volunteers have really, Bill Anderson, come from that same goal line. Tennessee will run right with the big running back turning the corner. 5-4-3. This will be James Stewart carrying the ball down close to the 2-yard line. Just student body right as Marcus Williams is there to make the tackle with Philip Daniels. They'll haul the ball in from the near sideline and spot it just down at about the 2.5-yard line. So Tennessee's got tight ends David Horn and Scott Pfeiffer in there. Trey Peterson has come on at guard, replacing Jeff Smith in the offensive line. As once more the Volunteers will line up with running backs split. Stewart and Hayden are the running backs. Georgia goal line defense. Handoff left side. Diving down short of the... No, he made it. He made it. Touchdown, Big Orange. As hurtling in goes James Stewart. For a moment we waited. One official hesitated. The other one up with the arms, and up goes 6 points on the scoreboard.
What a turnaround that was, John, in that series. Georgia set them up, had them deep in their own end zone. Looked like they're going to turn the game. The momentum around, field position, everything. Big play got them off the goal line, and now they've turned it into a touchdown.
And to attempt the extra point will be John Bexford, as Tennessee leads by a score of 9-0 with 14:18 to go in the first half of the game. Georgia masked to rush, snap down. Kick up by Bexford. Splits them. There's time out on the field with the score, Tennessee 10, Georgia nothing. For the touchdown, Tennessee kicking off. Georgia corrals the ball at the 8-yard line. 10, 15, 20, breaks it to the outside 30, 35, 40. Bexforth chasing, and Bexforth forces him out of bounds as he gets all the way up to the 45-yard line. John Bexford, the lone man, was able to maneuver him to the far sideline, and German is knocked out of bounds after a great run back of the kickoff. And so Georgia will hand the ball first down at 10 to go at its 47-yard line on the kickoff return by German. And Georgia goes on offense trailing 10-0. Again, excellent field position for the Dogs. As Zier brings his team to the line, 2 wide outs left, 2 into the boundary right. Tennessee in a 4-man front, ball on the right hash mark as Georgia moves, as you listen, right to left. Single running back. Zier gives to fakes the running back, throws it upfield. It is going to be complete. Pulled down by Bryce Hunter, who makes the catch at the 45-yard line of Tennessee and is shoved out of a man front, freestanding linebacker. Zier, straight drop, gets a little pressure, looks pass downfield. It's going to be pulled down. It is complete to Hines Ward, who makes the catch at the 33, powers through a would-be tackle at the 32, fights it down to the 30, very close indeed to the first down. Scott Gallion made the tackle on Hines the pitch. With the ball, Hines Ward lowers his head, crashes over the right side. Great blocking up front. And he had a wall of blockers in front, and he turns the corner and picks up 7 yards before he is knocked out. Up shifts Ward back to tailback. Back to throw, shovel pass underneath. Ward gets it on that little underhand pass, makes the catch at the 23, moves to the 20. On he goes to the 17-yard line of Tennessee.
Time he used it coming back, and then the shuttle pass underneath. That's hurt Tennessee over the years as much as any play I've ever seen.
Georgia first down and 10, trailing 10-0. Inside Tennessee's 20-yard line, mark it at the 17. Zier. Play action. Here's a long pass down into the end zone. Touch, drop. He was absolutely wide open, was Hassan Graham, and he dropped it. Sure thing. Didn't work, Bill.
Didn't work. He had Zier. Zier had a man right in his face. The linebacker, Tennessee, came on the blitz, put the heat on him. He knew where Graham was going. He laid it up for him. Graham was wide open. He beat the defensive halfback over here on this side, but he just didn't hold the ball.
Second down, 10 yards to go, Georgia at the Volunteer 17, with Tennessee holding a 10-0 advantage over the Bulldogs. Little screen pass caught by Ward, who makes the catch at the 17, moves back. Shotgun, passing downfield. It is incomplete. Is there a flag? No. It was intended for Graham. Tennessee had him cornered over there. I'm not sure who that was, as Tennessee had 5 defensive backs in the football game. But Zier could pick up nobody. I think it was Deron Jenkins who had the man very well covered, Bill Anderson, on the far sideline.
Whoever it was, Summers or Jenkins, one was all over it. Great defensive play.
In will be Cannon Parkman to attempt the field goal of 30 yards. The kick is up, and the kick by Parkman is good. So Georgia's on the scoreboard. Culminating the drive with the field goal by Cannon Parkman. Here comes the kick by Ford. High. Tennessee will camp under the ball at the 5. Up the middle 10. 15 to the far side 20. Breaks it to the 25 to the 30. Outside to the 35. Has the ball at the 40. Knocked out of bounds as he gets to the 43-yard line. Robert Edwards knocks Williams out of bounds. Just gliding along, Bill. Delay handoff, tailback, big hole, slashing through the left side, 45-50, down to the 45, down to the 40. All the way goes James Stewart inside the 40-yard line, where Johnson makes the tackle on him, blocking by Lehman and Mays on the left side. Again, Bill Anderson, big hole.
Big hole to run in over there. He might have taken that all the way. He tried to cut, he did cut back, and then they saw another man coming, and he tried to jump over the man, the cornerback out there, and he just caught him by the foot.
So Tennessee moving for a first down to the 37-yard line, 20 yards that time by James Stewart. Again, the balls are in the I formation with Stewart the tailback, 2 wide receivers right, 6-man front, pitch to Stewart running into the boundary. Turns the corner, gets a block, cuts downfield, hurdles a man this time as he moves to the 30, dives inside the 25 and is shoved out at the 22-yard line as Kevin Mays gave him the clearing block at the point of attack. And Stewart that time, Bill, did leap over the defender and carries it for another first down.
He didn't make it the first time, but he did then. I guess the cornerback's beginning to wonder where he's going.
Tennessee will have it first down at 10 to go. It was Stewart first for 20, now for 15. So in 9 carries, James Stewart, the Morristown senior, has 56 yards. Tennessee still on the left hash mark against Georgia's 5-man front. Helton looks it over. Tennessee with Stewart starting right, cutting left, slashing forward from the 20 down to the 16-yard line. Matt Storm makes the tackle on him. But once more, Tennessee is able to open a hole. This time, Jeff Smith back in there along with Robert Poole, the 6'3", 304-pound freshman from Birmingham, who is in at the offensive tackle on the right side. A gain on the play of, well, let's check it. It's going to be close to 5 yards. Make it 2nd down and 5. Spot the ball at the 17-yard line of Georgia, with Tennessee leading by a score of 10-3. Pitch will go. This is Stewart. Same side left on the left side of the line. Cuts upfield. Same hole. Finds the running room. Moves down inside the 10. Dives it close to the 5-yard line. It's Stewart lashing forward, and Godfrey is there to make the tackle, but Tennessee is running to that same spot.
Yeah, they found a weak spot over there, John. Of course, they're getting some good blocking. The big Tennessee's offensive line is doing a number on the Georgia defense right now.
It will be for Tennessee 1st down and goal to go. The ball actually inside the 7-yard line. Back to the I formation. Georgia in a 4-man front. Stewart is the tailback. Helton keeps. Now pitches Stewart at the corner. 5 up in and on. A great tackle by Georgia. Helton started to keep, then made the pitch maybe a hair late, and that gave Corey Johnson time to cover, and up in James Stewart at the 5-yard line. We'll see where they mark the ball as they haul it in from the far side. The ball is resting, I think, at the 5, so it's a pickup of 1.5 yards on the play, and it will become 2nd down and 5 at the 5. Tennessee gets the call from the sideline. Ball on the left hash mark. Tennessee's had it there throughout this drive, which began with a great kickoff return by Williams. Single running back Stewart. Power to the right side. Tennessee has Helton keeping, looking, may run. He skips downfield and is belted out of bounds at the 4-yard line. Helton keeps on an option to the left. He was looking down in the end zone, I think for Williams. I'm not sure, because it could have been Scott Pfeiffer. I'm not sure who it was. Anyway, Helton then pulled it down and ran with it and actually loses about a 1/2 yard on the play. So for Tennessee, it will be 3rd down and goal.
Georgia didn't go for the fake. They set it in there with their defensive backs very well. He couldn't find anybody to throw it to, because there's not much room to maneuver down there that close.
Tennessee leads 10-3 into the shotgun with Helton standing. Helton on a draw. Stewart. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What did he do? He scores for Tennessee. Saw it coming, Bill. Stewart was standing right by Helton, and Tennessee had Helton make that little look downfield, then gives on the draw, and Stewart gets a block again from Kevin Mays, and when he got to the 2, no stopping him. He crashes in for the touchdown.
That was a great call. It was set up very well. Helton executed it extremely well. He looked like he was going to throw the ball with the, and then he just slipped it in a little bit of a delayed draw right up the gut.
Becksforth on to attempt the extra point as Tennessee leads 16-3. Out of the hold of Wheaton. Gets it in the air. It's high. It's long. It's true. Tennessee leads by a score of 17-3. As this drive started with the run back by Billy Williams of 38 yards. And then it's James Stewart going for 20. Stewart for 15. Stewart for 5. Stewart for 11. Stewart for 1. Helton lost 1. And then Stewart for 6. So, Stewart, Bill Anderson.
Yeah, he had a very good series. The thing about it, though, John, I think Tennessee's offensive line, they have really started to open some holes for the running game. They have somebody down there, John. It's hurt, looks like a volunteer, but the offensive line did a number of that on that series. They really opened some big holes.
And the player injured is Kevin Mays, who was a key blocker for Tennessee. Get ready for more Tennessee football tomorrow, as the UTV network brings you the Philip Fulmer Show. Tune in across the state and throughout the South for all of the highlights from today's, well, this is tonight's game. Comments from Coach Fulmer, enlightening features, and interviews with ball players and coaches. Watch for the Philip Fulmer Show as Mays is being helped to the far sideline. And I'm not sure. Obviously, we don't know, but favoring, I think, his right leg. You can see the Philip Fulmer Show in the Tri-Cities tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Knoxville, 9 a.m. on Channel 10. In Tri-Cities, it's on Channel 5. Channel 10 in Knoxville at 9. Channel 2 in Nashville at 1. Channel 9 in Chattanooga at 1. In Memphis and Jackson on Channel 24 at 10:30 p.m. And on Sports South Cable Tuesday at 6:30. Score, Tennessee 17, Georgia 3. Time, 8:55 to go on. The positioning themselves now as the kick by Becksforth will be corralled by Georgia at the 5. Looks for block 10, gets a block 15, gets to the outside 20, and is tackled as he gets to the 21-yard line, as Tennessee had a defender in excellent position, and he stood right there and made the tackle, he being Steve Johnson, a true freshman from the state of Georgia. And Bill, he got down and waited and really made the hit.
Yeah, they were dispersed a little better on that kickoff, John.
Now he's changing the play with the change in Tennessee's defensive alignment. Pitch will go to the tailback. Turning the corner is Terrell Davis. He breaks one tackle as he saunters past the 30 and is shoved out of bounds just short of the first down, making it to about the 32 or 33-yard line, as James Smith is there to make the tackle for Tennessee. 17-3, the Volunteers lead. Clock stop with the out-of-bounds play, and it will be right at, a yard and a half, 2 yards shy of the first, maybe a little less. And so Georgia lines up again with Zaire up under. Could be a waist down. They've got wide receivers both left and right. They move the running back, Terrell Davis, back behind Zaire, but Zaire is going to fade back. Here's that shovel pass, and he is bumped and dropped for a loss. As Georgia goes to the well for the third time with that underhand shovel pass to Terrell Davis. He actually bumped into a blocker, and then Tennessee had a defender who just peels off that would-be block and makes the stop for a loss. So the play of right at 3 yards. It was Billy Barron, 6'3", 271 freshman, who was in there to make the tackle for Tennessee. Third down and 4 yards to go for Georgia in a spread set. They have people all over the field, stretching from sideline to sideline, as Zaire on third down is back to throw, being pressured. Pass upfield is going to be incomplete. They got pressure on him that time. It was intended for McCready, but Tennessee had a couple of defenders, and it will go incomplete, and Georgia will have to punt on 4th down 4.
Yeah, he had to throw the ball before he wanted to, John. That's the thing. Tennessee's doing a much better job tonight getting pressure with their down linemen. They got the defensive ends coming in there. Tackles are making some penetration. He feels the pressure. He throws it before he wants to.
Now Georgia will punt. Tennessee puts some pressure on. Now here's the high punt. A very shallow punt. Very short. It's going to come down and bounce and will be down by Georgia at midfield. Very, very poor punt. And Tennessee has excellent field position yet another time in this contest. Tennessee was dancing around, perhaps distracted the punter, I'm not sure. Give is to Hayden, and this time he is dropped for a loss on the play. Penetrating from the near side was Randall Godfrey, and he, untouched, got into the flow and just dropped Hayden for a loss on the play. Second down for the Vols, who went to that play once too often, and George was able to pursue from the backside with Godfrey, who is simply an outstanding football player. The Volunteers now have Brent Gibson at center, and Bubba Miller has moved in to replace at guard the injured Kevin Mays. Wide outs to the right for the Volunteers. Handoff goes to Hayden, turning the corner. 45-40, 35-yard line. This is Hayden. They say he stepped out of bounds to the 39. That should be enough for the first down, as Hayden gets a block on the corner. And finally it was Edwards who pursued along with Johnson to make the tackle. But the Volunteers continue to work to that side of the line, into the boundary, time after time after time, leading 17-3.
Well, that's a short side of their offensive line, obviously. And, of course, same thing on the defense. There's fewer people over there, but they found somebody over there that they feel very confident and comfortable about blocking, because they've had a lot of success there.
Hayden, 6 carries, 47 yards in the football game. It is he as the lone running back behind Tennessee's Todd Helton against a 4-man front. Hayden tries the left side, cuts back to the interior, runs through one tackle at the 36-yard line, lowers his head and dives down to about the 32. Edwards again on the tackle. Hayden was actually stopped at about the 36 after a 3-yard pickup, but breaks through that arm tackle and dives it down for a gain of close to 7 yards on the play. It'll be second down right at 6, well, a little less than 6 yards to go. Ball on the left hash mark still. Tennessee moving to your right, leading by a score of 17-3. Hayden, the lone running back, this time he comes to the right side, breaks a tackle, has the ball, roaring straight up the middle to the 30-yard line, onto the 25-yard line. He's tackled as he moves to the 23. Travis Jones tackles along with Derek Bird to Graham. Ford gives him a block. Graham gets to the corner and is belted as he turns the corner. Great tackle by Georgia. Coming up from the defensive secondary to make the stop is Johnson. Graham got maybe a yard, but that time the pursuit by that safety was there, and Graham took a lick. moved it forward for maybe a yard. Will set it as they bring the ball in from far across the field, with Tennessee leading 17-3, 6 minutes exactly to go in the first half of this football game at Sanford Stadium in Athens, Georgia. Tennessee serpentines from the huddle with that big offensive line of Lehman, Miller, Gibson, Smith, and Ratliff. I formation, 2 receivers right. Play action, Hayden. Fake. The pass comes downfield, caught. Pulled down at the 20, down to the 15, down to the 14-yard line goes Tennessee's James Stewart, who had returned to the game, and it is he who carries the ball forward. Hilton connecting with him, and it's Godfrey and Yancey who make the tackle. Tennessee needs to get the ball to just about the 13-yard line. So it'll be 3rd down and 2 for Tennessee, continuing to maintain the clock.
Now, that's the big thing, and that's what they want to do, keep Georgia's offense off the field. But, you know, that Godfrey, the linebacker for Georgia, is a Super Bowl player. He has great speed. He ran that thing down and saved them making the first down.
Tennessee into an I formation. The tailback is James Stewart. Man in motion coming into the boundary right. Helton with a long count. Fakes. Looks, will try to run. He's being hemmed in. He dives forward, and it is going to be a bit short of the first down. I'm not sure there was a broken play. It seemed to me that was a called play with everybody faking to the left side. The flow went that way. Helton took 1 step and then reversed back to the near side. Got inside with a dive to the 14-yard line, but it will be 1 yard short of a first. The score is 17-3, Tennessee leading, and the Volunteers have used 2 timeouts. They're thinking about what the call will be. No field goal unit is coming out at this time.
They're going for it.
So Tennessee has, it actually looks to me to be a little less than a yard. Georgia reacts by getting another big lineman, down lineman in there, as Tennessee will line up with a power I set to the left side against an 8-man Georgia line. Helton gives the ball off, and the man is stopped, as it was Stewart carrying, and Randall Godfrey it was who was there on the tackle. So it was Godfrey who stopped Stewart on the 4th down try, and Tennessee sees Georgia pick up the momentum from the defense as they stop Tennessee's 4th down try for the first, and it will be Georgia 1st down and 10 to go at the Bulldog 16-yard line where the tackle was made. Back to throw Zier. Here's the pass down and out. It is pulled out by German, who makes the catch at the 20. He's shoved out of bounds as he moves to the 24-yard line. Jerry German making the catch. Tennessee's Terry Fair, the true freshman from Phoenix, Arizona, making the stop for the Volunteers. 4:49 to go as the clock is stopped with the out-of-bounds play at Sanford Stadium in Athens, Georgia. Tennessee leading by a score of 17-3, and Georgia with the ball. The ever-dangerous Eric Zier at quarterback. Hines Ward, the running back behind him. This time, Zier stays up under the center. The pitch will go to Hines Ward, cuts inside, gets running room, and gets a first down as he moves out past the 30-yard line to the 31. Tackled by Leland Taylor and Ben Talley, but Hines Ward, outstanding football player, highly recruited as a quarterback, 6'1", 185, and Bill, he has adapted very quickly as a running back here for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, he's a good running back. He made a good cut there. Tennessee's defensive end come up, turned it back inside, but he made a quick, nice move to pick up the yardage.
So it's 1st down 10, Georgia, 4:28 to go in the first half of the game. The Volunteers creep a linebacker up tight on the right side. Now he slides back into a 4-man front. Zier spins out right, throws the ball across the middle, incomplete. Intended, I think, for Ward, and it more or less caroms off his shoulder pad, falls incomplete. And Georgia will be faced with 2nd down and 10. Tennessee scored first, a field goal. Then the Volunteers marched 90 yards in 11 plays to go up 10-0. Georgia came back to get a field goal. Then Tennessee marched downfield to score. And it's 17-3. The Vols lead. Back into the shotgun goes Eric Zier. Tennessee stays with 4 down linemen. Gets a little pressure. Pass down and out is caught and then shoved immediately out of bounds as Georgia has early gone into the quick out 2-minute drill with 4 minutes to go in the first half of the game. It was complete to German. Again, it was Fair who knocks him out of bounds after a gain on the play of right at 6 yards. Maybe closer to 7. Call it 3rd down, a short 4 for Georgia. Running the play in comes Terrell Davis. Out comes Hines Ward. And Georgia comes to the line with Zier at quarterback against Tennessee's 4-man front. He shifts back into a shotgun. Ball on the left hash mark. He's checking off, seeing Tennessee adjusting with a lot of defensive backs to the wide side of the field. Zier looks back short, passes the ball downfield. It is caught for the first down, and stepping out of bounds immediately after making the reception is Graham. So Georgia did, as we described it for you, flood the field to the right side, working with the ball on the left hash mark, and they come right back into the boundary to 43-yard line. Same set. Out of the shotgun, Zier steps up, looks across the middle, pass is complete on a diving grab at the Tennessee 41-yard line by Jeff Thomas. Zier changed that. It was Graham, not Thomas, making the catch. And it was a diving catch of beauty by Hassan Graham, completely downfield. Zier out of the shotgun. Tennessee with a blitz. Zier steps up, is breaking a tackle to the 35, to the 30, and is tackled as he gets to the 27-yard line. Jason Palmer makes the tackle. Then a penalty marker is down on the play at the point of the tackle. As Zier was being pursued, Tennessee came with a blitz from the right side. Zier saw it, stepped up, looked to throw, nobody there, runs himself, and carries the ball downfield to the 27-yard line where he is tackled, and then a penalty marker is dropped. It is a personal foul against Tennessee, and that will result in a penalty of half the distance to the goal against the Volunteers. 17-3 the score, with Tennessee leading, but Georgia is marching with the football. And here comes that penalty, which will move it down to the 13.5-yard line, and it will be at that point first down. Bill?
Well, that's unfortunate. The penalty came after the play. Zier's on the ground. They're down there kicking around, kicking each other, and no excuse for that. It's costly to Tennessee.
So Georgia marching with the football. The Dogs to the line inside Tennessee's 15-yard line. The Vols stay now. Tennessee has a four-man line against Georgia. Tennessee jumping around with its linebackers. Zier has Hines Ward as the running back, and this will be Hines Ward as a penalty marker drops on the play. And Ward knifes through left guard and carries the ball for a gain of about a yard, but I think the right side of the Georgia line might have jumped on the play. 3:17 to go in the first half of the game. And the referee, Dick Burleson, will advise you exactly what the infraction was.
Dead ball. False start on the offensive line.
So here comes the 5-yard penalty against Georgia. And it will move the ball as they spot it now just inside the 19-yard line. And it will be first down and 15. Tennessee has 6 men on the line. Georgia into an I formation. Man in motion left to right is Hunter. The pass out there on a screen to Hunter is caught, and he's dropped as Tennessee covers it brilliantly. Well, Georgia runs the man in motion, as we called it for you, from left to right, and it was he who received the pass, and Tennessee sandwiched him between Terry Fair and Ronald Davis, and there's no gain on the play. It becomes 2nd and 15.
They really came up fast to play that screen, John. Maybe they made a good play that time, but they better be careful. He'll pump that at them and be behind them.
So it'll be second down for Georgia, trailing by a score of 17-3 with 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the first half at Sanford Stadium. Georgia floods the left side with 3 wide receivers. Now 1 German becomes a man in motion back right as Zier's back. Tennessee's got pressure. Pass across the middle is caught, pulled down there by Thomas, who makes the catch to the 20, breaks a tackle at the 18, down to the 15, is dropped as he gets back to the original line of scrimmage near the 13-yard line. Sean Summers and Parker team up on the tackle. A little delay route across the middle, diagonally underneath to make the catch and move forward. It will be third down, 10 yards to go. And Georgia trailing 17-3 with 2 minutes to go in the first half. Big play.
Big play, and they still have plenty of time. Minute 55 here to put something on the board. They'd like to get a touchdown, I'm sure, before the half.
Georgia floods the left side with 3 receivers. Single running back out of the shotgun, Zier. Pretty good pressure. Zier moves out of the pocket to the near side, throws it down into the end zone, but actually he is throwing it away because Tennessee got pressure on the passer.
They did. That was an excellent job. They stayed with it, John. They didn't pull up. The defensive ends kept coming up the field. He got flushed out of the pocket. When he did, he had a man there right in his face, and he had to throw it away. Good job.
17-3, Tennessee leading, 1:38 to go. And into the ball game for Georgia will be Cannon Parkman to attempt the field goal. From the right hash mark, it will be a 31-yard attempt. The Vols lead by a score of 17-3. The kick by Parkman is in the air, and the kick by Parkman is good. So Georgia gets its second field goal and cuts the gap. The Bulldogs cut it down to 11. 17-6 is the score as Georgia hit a bouncer that is pulled down by an up back at the 20, 25, 30. Cuts to the near side, breaks a tackle, 35. To the 40, and knocked out of bounds is Sean Summers at the 40-yard line. So Tennessee had its hands people in there, and the Volunteers pick up again. Excellent field position on the return by the Oak Ridge junior, Sean Summers. Terry Sight it was who was there to make the tackle. So the Volunteers will go on offense, out of bounds actually at the 39, not the 40 as we called it for you. 1:26 to go, and the Volunteers will have James Stewart back in there as the tailback. 2 wideouts left, 1 to the right. Change that, it's Hayden who is in there at quarterback. Now the tight end will shift from right to left, moving to the wide side of the field as Helton hands the ball off to Hayden, nears the corner. He's at the 40, he's at the 45, he's at the 50. He lunges down to the Georgia 48-yard line as Tennessee continues to work the left side of the offensive line. Clock will be stopped because it's a first down, Big Orange. Muschamp makes the tackle, but Hayden carries the ball, the senior from Detroit, moving upfield for a big gain.
You know, Georgia's not getting adjusted to that formation very well, John. I think that's one of the reasons they've been able to have so much success. They bring in the wing back or the tight end, moving over there on the wing, get an extra blocker in there.
Tennessee first down. Handoff, Hayden up the middle. Not much there this time as he is banged down after picking up 2 yards. Moving it down to the 45-yard line as the play began inside the 48. 57 ticks to go in the first half of the game, which finds Tennessee on top of Georgia 17-6 here in Athens. Helton has gone all the way at quarterback for the team. He brings them up to the line now as Hayden remains at tailback. Kent, Williams, and Sylvan are the wide receivers. Georgia creeps a linebacker right. Handoff goes with the ball Hayden, and Hayden surges over left tackle and gets maybe a couple of yards, but not much more. Tackled as he gets there by Derek Smith. Clock ticking inside 30 seconds for Tennessee. 3rd down upcoming. And the Vols have right at 6 yards to go. Good 5. Jay Graham is on at tailback for Tennessee, replacing Aaron Hayden. 16 seconds and ticking. Georgia into a 5-man front against Helton. Tennessee has power into the boundary left. This is Helton back to throw. Helton throws down and out. It is complete. Pulled down by Scott Pfeiffer, who hustles out of bounds. As he moves to the 39, adds 7. That would be a 56-yard attempt. Tennessee might try it. Pfeiffer makes the catch out of bounds to stop the clock just inside the 40-yard line. It will be 4th down upcoming. 3 seconds to go, Bill. Why not?
Why not? They're going to, I think. They didn't get quite as close as they would like to be. This is a big attempt, but he can get it that far if he catches it solid.
So it will be John Bexport to attempt the field goal, and it will be a 57-yard field goal attempt. Tennessee leads 17-6. 3 seconds to go in the first half of the game. Snap down. Bexport gets the kick up there. Working its way downfield, and the kick is short. Just barely no good. No good by Bexford as the first half comes to a close. Back in a minute after telling you the score at the end of the first half. Tennessee 17, Georgia 6. Leading Georgia by a score of 17-6. In the first half, Tennessee had possession 18 minutes, 36 seconds. Georgia 11-24. Down below, the Pride of the Southland marching band. Scored first on a 44-yard field goal by Bexforth in the first quarter. Then Tennessee marched downfield 90 yards, 11 plays, 10-0. Parkman hit a field goal for Georgia. It was 10-3 with 11:31 to go. Then Tennessee marched back downfield. Stewart spearing the drive as Tennessee marches in 7 plays, 57 yards, 17-3. Georgia then gets a field goal near the end of the first half, and the score at halftime is 17-6. And here's the kickoff of the second half. Hits it well. It will be 1 yard deep in the end zone, and he started to skip out and then goes down on one knee. And so it will be Georgia putting the ball in play. First down and 10 to go at the Bulldog 20-yard line. For Georgia, the quarterback, Eric Zier, has gone all the way. 6'2", 205, a senior from Marietta, Georgia. Hines Ward and Terrell Davis basically have played as the tailback. Montgomery played 2 snaps. So as they break the huddle, it will be Terrell Davis in there at tailback as Georgia comes up with Eric Zier up under the center. Tennessee in a 4-man front, 3 linebackers standing. Ball at the 20-yard line. First down, 10 for the Bulldogs. Long count. Delay. This is Zire. Play action looking deep. Long pass downfield is going to be complete. Pulled down there by Thomas, who makes the catch. He made the catch at the 45, down to the 40, down to the 35, down to the 30. Still on his feet to the 25, all the way down to the 10-yard line as Georgia goes for it and connects. It's Zire to Thomas. Finally, Ronald Davis got him out of bounds, but racing all the way downfield for 71 yards. It's Georgia on the first play of the second half. Big play.
Cornerback over here, I'm not sure who it was that got beat. John had pretty good coverage. It was just a fly route, came off with a little play action. He laid it out, and the cornerback tried to go for the ball, but couldn't quite get his hand on it. Perfect throw and a perfect catch.
Tennessee leads by a score of 17-6. That was the halftime score, but Georgia coming right back into this game on that electrifying beginning to the second half. Here they go into an I formation against the Volunteers, with Zire giving it off. Penalty markers down on the play, as there is illegal procedure, I think, in the Georgia forward wall. And the whistle had sounded, though Ward goes dashing into the end zone with the ball.
Dead ball.
The cut through the right side. It is as you hear, false start. And so here's the 5-yard penalty, moving the ball back out to the the Tennessee 14-yard line. The score in the game, 17-6. That was the halftime score. On the first play to begin the second half, Georgia connects on a pass from Zire to Thomas for 71 yards. Now Georgia with the ball. Up under the center is Eric Zire. His team in the I formation against a 4-man front. Zire, handoff, nothing there. Tennessee waiting as the give goes to the tailback, Hines Ward, and Tennessee with great penetration up the middle. Ben Talley initially there on the tackle, no gain on the play, and so Georgia, trailing 17-6, will have it second down and 15.
Tennessee was coming with the blitz from the weak side, the back side there, John, and they ran right into the play. Good call that Georgia had no chance with it.
No, once again, Georgia splitting the backs this time as Hines Ward will become a slot man out to the left side. Zire up under the center on second down and 15. Straight drop. Waits. Pass down and out is pulled down there at the 10-yard line. Moving on down to the 5 goes Hassan Graham far across the field. He was tackled as he gets to the 5-yard line by Terry Fair. They'll line it up, and it may be just a hair short of the first down. A measurement perhaps, perhaps not. The score remains 17-6 in favor of Tennessee. Georgia comes out with a 71-yard pass play on the first play of the second half. Now here come the Bulldogs up to the line. Third down and 5 yards to go. Third down and 5 yards to go for the Bulldogs. Snap, back to throw. This will be Zire. Pass incomplete. Intended for Graham. So Georgia comes out, connects on a 71-yard pass play. Illegal procedure cost them 5. Tennessee defends, and here comes the field goal unit.
Job of the defensive unit again, John, and the front line came in there, put the pressure. A tackle came right up the gut, was right in Zire's face, and he had to make the throw too quick.
Parkman will be attempting the field goal. Tennessee leads 17-6. Snap down. The kick by Parkman is up. It works its way toward the end zone, and it is good. Kickoff coming downfield. High and long. Under the ball will be Williams at the 5. Gets a block 10, 15, 20. Runs out of room as he gets out to the 25-yard line. And at that point, it will be Tennessee going on offense, as down to make the stop is Carper for the Georgia Bulldogs. Ball will be on the left hash mark as play is resumed with Tennessee on the offense. And the quarterback for the Volunteers will be Todd Helton, who has gone all the way. And let's make sure. I think that Kevin Mays is back in the lineup. He went out with an injury, but Mays is back in there at offensive guard for Tennessee. Lehman, Mays, Miller, Smith, and Rattler. Running back James Stewart in the I formation. Tennessee shifts a wide receiver from right to left as the fake sets up a screen. Williams goes to work one-on-one on the wide side, runs through one tackle, and then is chased out of bounds, as it was Billy Williams making the catch far across the way. And he races with Carlos Yancey, who had him pretty well contained, but Williams not only very quick, but the threat of his speed, I'm sure, forced Yancey to play it very safely indeed. And Williams is able to carry him out of bounds on that screen for a gain right at 6 yards on the play, maybe closer to 7. We'll call it second down and 3 yards to go. A 7-yard pickup by Williams on the pass from Helton.
Yeah, it was a little bit of an unusual play. It looked like Helton faked the play. It looked like it was coming out. He looked over to the left and then turned all the way around and made the throw all the way across the field. Long throw and gave the back enough time to get up and make the play.
And though there was no flag, there was a face mask on it. So it's going to be a first down for Tennessee. Handoff, tailback. Big hole up the middle. Then he is really banged as James Stewart comes crunching up the middle past the 40-yard line. He's knocked down at the 42. The face mask penalty on the out-of-bounds play gave Tennessee a first down at its 37-yard line. And on first down, Stewart, pounding up the middle, gets 5, making it second down and 5 at the Tennessee 42-yard line. The tackle made by Godfrey by Kaiser for Georgia. Second down, 5, Tennessee. 81 yards total rushing thus far for Stewart in the ballgame. This is he to the near side. Not much there, but he makes something out of it as he pounds up to the 45-yard line, is then shoved back. But forward progress will nose the ball slightly past the 45-yard line. And there on the tackle is Greg Bright. Helping out was also Williams for the Bulldogs. Tennessee needs the 46, almost the 47 for the first. So here it is, third down, 1 yard to go. Tennessee in its next to the last possession in the first half went for first on 4th and 1. It's now 3rd and 1. Tennessee out of the eye. Stewart right side. I don't know. He is struggling as he gets the ball past the 45, but I do not believe he got the first down as Matt Storm, 305-pound defensive end, teams up with Daniels on the tackle. They unstack the players, and guess what? I was wrong, Bill Anderson. First down, Tennessee.
Second effort. Georgia had that thing stuffed pretty good. He just kept driving those legs, and he kept fighting for it, and he made it.
James Stewart for a first down, and he did it on his own from the 45 to the 46 and a foot. So it's first down for the Volunteers, keeping the drive moving, and the balls come to the line. Staying in the I formation, Georgia into a 4-man front. Tennessee with a single wide receiver to the near side. Give goes to the tailback. Big hole open to the middle. This is Stewart to the 50. Stewart to the 45. Stewart carries the ball down to the Georgia 43-yard line. Muschamp comes from his safety. Hayden tries the left side. Not much there, and he staggers forward to the 40-yard line for a gain of 2 yards, making it second down and 8. Godfrey there on the tackle for the Bulldogs. Tennessee has David Horn at tight end. In the backfield now, Hayden with Chester Ford, the fullback, in the eye. Wide receivers, Courtney Epps was there for a play. He's gone out. Joey Kent is back. Marcus Nash is there with Billy Williams, and the tight end, Horn, is out of the lineup. Tennessee 2 wides right, 1 left. Second down, 8 yards to go at the 40. Hayden is the tailback against the 5-man front. Hayden tries the left side, breaks a tackle, skirts down to the 35-yard line, and it will be for Tennessee about a 2.5 yards short of the first down. Hayden was lashed as he got the handoff in the secondary, ran through the tackle of Marshall, and is finally knocked down by Muschamp, and it's going to be 3rd and 2.
I believe that was an audible. Looked like Georgia read it pretty well, and the linebacker moved over there in position, but Tennessee ran right into their strength and still picked it up.
So for the Volunteers at the 35-yard line of Georgia, Tennessee leads 17-9. I apologize for not giving the score for a while. Tennessee with the ball. This is Helton setting up a screen, complete. He makes the catch at the 35, down to the 30, down to the 25-yard line goes Billy Williams, trailed and tackled by Godfrey, but Tennessee sets up the screen perfectly, and Hayden is the man to whom the fake was made, and Helton then rips the ball over to Billy Williams, and he just explodes downfield to the 25, where Tennessee at the Georgia 25, leading 17-9, has it 1st and 10.
What a great player Godfrey is, John. He came all the way from the middle there. He ran him down to the outside. Had he not made the play, that was touchdown.
Tennessee now first down. Helton rolling to the left, looks to throw. Pass down into the end zone is going to be incomplete. There's a penalty marker down on the play. The intended receiver, Nilo Sylvan, was bumped at the 1-yard line, had the defender whipped, he being Yancey, so it wasn't a bad play actually by Yancey, because Sylvan might very well have come absolutely clean, but as it is, there will be a penalty on the play, and I assume it's going to be defensive pass interference. We'll wait and see for the official to call. Tennessee leads 17-9, 9:07 to go. in the third quarter of the game. Georgia came out on the first play of the second half, going 71 yards on a pass play. Tennessee then...
Yeah, defensive pass interference.
There's the call.
Penalty is 15 yards and an automatic first down.
So Tennessee will hand the ball. 15-yard step off, moves the ball down to the 10-yard line, at which point Tennessee's going to have it first down, and it will be first and goal because the ball is just inside the 10. Jay Graham is on for Tennessee at tailback. The Volunteers lead 17-9. 9:07 to go. Third quarter of the game. Wing back set left and right. Handoff Graham. Tries right, cuts inside to the 10, is twisted down at the 9-yard line, battles, but only gets a yard as Georgia reacts well. It's Philip Daniels there on the tackle initially as Jay Graham tried to power it through the right side, doesn't get much. The score 17-9. 8:49 to go now as Tennessee has the ball on the right hash mark, shuttling reserves into the lineup, and in will come Chester Ford at fullback. Ford from Danville, Kentucky, 5'11", 250 pounds. He a sophomore. Helton at quarterback for Tennessee. Single wide receiver to the left side. Pitch will go to the tailback Graham. Needs a block. Turns to the outside, being pursued. Runs through one tackle and is then knocked out of bounds. As pursuing all the way across comes Robert Edwards, and Graham simply could not get to the corner. As Georgia did an outstanding job inside out to force him out of bounds, and it's going to be for Tennessee third down. Still goal to go. And Tennessee will adjust its alignment once more. Mose Phillips and Aaron Hayden come into the game. Phillips on the year has 4 receptions for 29 yards. 2 tight ends, 2 running backs. Tennessee leads 17-9. Tennessee with a wing back to the right. Split receiver left. Single, now a split back situation. Back to throw Helton. Rolls left, looks, waits, throws into the end zone. Give him 6. Touchdown, Joey Kent. Helton waits. Helton looks. Helton rips. Kent catches. Tennessee leads 23-9.
That was a great throw, Don. I tell you what, he zipped that thing in there. He put it in the only place. There was all kinds of Georgia defenders back there. He put it right in about the one spot that there wasn't anybody except his man.
Tennessee scores, and it's Helton completing the pass to Joey Kent. And so now Tennessee will go for the extra point with Becksport on to attempt it out of the hold of Lance Wheaton. Snap down. Kick is up. The kick by Becksport. Good. Tennessee leads by a score of 24-9 with time out on the field of play. The Volunteers on top, 24-9. Here comes the kick by Becksport. High. Be taken on the near side at the 2. Back to the 5. That's McCraney. 10. Bang! He's dropped at the 14-yard line. Tennessee covers it. Tennessee has Becksport, who is such an accurate kicker anyway. He's using only 1/3 of the field in essence. Play action, a pass across the middle is pulled down. The receiver makes the catch at the 30 and moves on to the 35-yard line. The receiver being Hunter. So Zaire with time that time, and Hunter runs a precise route coming to the interior. And Zaire, who throws so accurately, is on target this Georgia 33-yard line. First down at 10 to go. Equidistant between the side boundaries. Tennessee adjusting its defense. 4 down linemen as Zaire again fakes the give, now throws down and out. It is caught here by Graham, and Graham is wrestled down, and I think he's got enough of the first down. Running a little out route to the Tennessee side of the football field. Graham makes the catch, and he's tackled by Terry. Dogs have Zaire bringing his team up again, staying under the center. Sometimes he goes to the shotgun. Now he shouts out the audible as Tennessee moves the linebacker slightly to the left side. Here comes Tennessee with a blitz pass downfield. Is complete, pulled down by German, and German is shoved out of bounds. I think he has another first down. As the catch was made, and Parker and Fair team up on the tackle to force him out. As they align the ball, it appears to me to be enough for the first 9, but since the 24-9, but since the touchdown, Georgia has moved for 19, for 11, now for 10, and it's another first down. Ball in Tennessee territory at the 46. Zaire shouts out a change in the play. 3 wide receivers to the wide side of the field right. Looks down and out pattern is incomplete. He was going for Hassan Graham, who was into the boundary. Graham started out, then veered back, started in, then veered back outside, but the pass was overthrown. And Terry Fair was doing a good job defending as well. Georgia sees its pass streak end with the incomplete pass. It will be 2nd down and 10. Tennessee leads 24-9 with 7 minutes to go in the third quarter of the game in Athens. The Vols stay in a 4-man front, creeping up, maybe a blitz coming. Zaire smells it. Tennessee puts the pressure on. Zaire is hit as he throws. The pass is caught, I think. It will be complete, but Zaire took a pop from the backside from Steve White. He was able, as he ripped the ball downfield, and diving to make a shoestring catch is Hines Ward inside the Tennessee 45-yard line at the 44. It will be 3rd down and right at 8 yards to go.
Yeah, he had good pressure. He had to throw it again, John. Of course, Tennessee's tried to pull a couple of stunts back there and double up and set a trap for him, but so far Zaire hadn't jumped in it.
3rd down play, Georgia out of the shotgun. This will be Zaire back to throw. Sacked at the 48-yard line. Here comes White, the first man there, but he had help, as also it was Ben Talley coming in there. 4th down, 14. Bill?
I'm so glad to see that. I don't know what, John. I'm going to tell you, that defensive line is doing a job. They're running a lot of different people in there. They got good depth in it. They're getting penetration, putting pressure on them.
Back to punt. Gets the punt away. It's a high one. New punter. Down deep it goes. Summers under for Tennessee's going to let the ball bounce. It rolls downfield and will be down at the 1-yard line. Outstanding play by Georgia as the covering Bulldog racing downfield got there, and it was down by... Give goes to the Tennessee fullback, and that's Mose Phillips. He is senior from Nashville, and he just wedges his way out from the 1 to about the 4 or 5-yard line. Good blocking up front. Derek Smith and Muschamp make the tackle. Tennessee has Lehman, Mays, Miller, cuts back to the middle, lowers his head, and churns forward close to the 10-yard line. Good effort by Hayden. 6 feet, 214-pound senior. And he was slowed at about the 6-yard line, but as we said, nudges the ball out close to the 10. And it's going to be 3rd down, Bill Anderson, and about a yard to go.
Well, he's almost just about a yard. If they can pull it, if they can bring this ball off of the goal line and take it down the field, John, they will pretty much set the pace of this ball game, I believe, because Georgia really has had them backed up here, and they just have been able to pound off of their own goal line. And when you can do that, you're getting some great play by your offensive line.
Momentary timeout as a volunteer player has been injured. Hayden in the football game has carried the ball 15 times for 98 yards. Stewart, his tailback, tries the right side. He is stopped. Hayden is really banged by Travis Jones. Great defensive effort by Jones as Tennessee runs the power play to the right side, and Jones is right there to stop him.
They were ready for that. They come in with the blitz and penetration. They had everybody up there. They came across the line of scrimmage. There was no place for him to go.
In for Tennessee to punt from his own end zone will be Tom Hutton. Georgia has 10 men to rush. They've got some tall people as well. Looking for a lane. Standing at midfield will be McCraney to receive the punt if Hutton can get it away. The left footer gets the snap, gets the punt away. High wobbly spiral, backing up under the ball at his 49. McCraney gets a block and then is down, fumbles the football. There's a scramble for it at the 46-yard line. Let's wait and see who has that football. I think Tennessee may have recovered it, but we'll wait for the official to verify it. It is Tennessee's football. Eric Lane, I think, on top of the ball. Tennessee has recovered the fumble. Lane it was who made the hit, and it was James Stewart who recovers the ball.
What a big break that was. They go down, and of course, that was a great hit. Knocked that ball loose, John. He took a pounding. That ball come loose, and Tennessee's off of their goal line real quick.
So the Volunteers will hand the ball at the Tennessee 46. The punt by Hutt, received by McCraney, hit by Lane, fumbles. It's recovered by James Stewart. Tennessee to the line. Hayden is in at the tailback for the Volunteers. 3:59 to go in the third quarter. Back to throw. Helton's going to go deep downfield across the middle on the post route. The pass is incomplete. Intended to Williams. Slightly behind him, but Williams had a shot as he went up in the air. But going option will keep. Will turn the corner. Will hurdle a man to the 40, to the 50, down to the 45, down to the 40. Helton carried out of bounds at the 39 by Corey Johnson. He can play, Bill Anderson.
There's no question about that, but I hate to see him run the option, John. We've got 2 freshmen behind him. That's all.
Tennessee will have it first down at the 38-yard line of Georgia, 16 yards on the run by Helton. The option to the wide, into the boundary right. The ball is on the right hash mark. Tennessee sends 2 wide receivers to the left side. Georgia stays in a 4-down line situation. The Volunteers in the eye. Handoff, tailback, gets to the corner, cuts inside 35, runs through a tackle 30, spins his way down to the 28-yard line. How he held on to that football, I'll never know, because 2 men put a headgear on the ball. But holding on to it was James Stewart, who now has gone, I think, over 100 yards in the game. The tackle made by who else? Godfrey, who's all over the field for the Bulldogs, but Tennessee has picked up another first down. Stewart, 18 carries, 107 yards. 24-9, the Volunteers lead, and Tennessee, after recovering a Georgia fumble, moving with the ball down to the Georgia 27-yard line. First down and 10 on the right hash mark. Georgia 6-man front. Tennessee handoff, running back's going to be slung for a loss. Georgia guessed right. They came, as we said, with 6 men at the line. They just came roaring in with a blitz, in essence, from the left. The ball is back at the 32-yard line. Second down, a short 16. Tennessee 2 wides left, 1 right. Helton rolls, throws the ball downfield, pulled down at the 30, down to the 25, down to the 23-yard line goes Big Mose Phillips, making his 5th catch of the year, his first in this game. Jackson Johnson, it is, knocks him out of bounds. It will not be enough for the first down as he carried the ball just shy of the 20, and Tennessee needs almost the 17 for the first. But Mose Phillips with a big play, a reception and a run, and it will be for Tennessee 3rd down and 3 just outside the 20-yard line. The ball shuttle players in and out. Helton is the quarterback. We'll check the tailback as Tennessee comes up. It will be James Stewart. Change that Mose Phillips as Tennessee jumps into a shotgun this time against a 3-man front. Helton rolls to the near side, trying to set up the screen pass, intercepted. Pulled down by Georgia at the 15, to the 20, to the 25, to the 30, to the 35, to the 40, to the 45, down to the Tennessee 45-yard line as Helton forced it into a crowd, and the pass was intercepted by Muschamp. Finally, Sylvan made the tackle on him, but Georgia with the turnover has excellent field position.
Yeah, big play for Georgia. Get them back in the ball game if they can take it in for a score now, but Todd got out there. He really didn't have anybody to throw it to. He was getting a little pressure on him, and he just tried to force it in there, and he paid the price for it.
So Georgia with the turnover. The Bulldogs with the interception by Muschamp, his first of the year, and it will be Georgia having the ball at the Tennessee 45. The Volunteers lead 24-9 with 1:14 to go in the 3rd quarter. Zaire out of the shotgun. Rolls to the left side. Here's the long pass downfield. Man is wide open. Pass is complete. It will be a touchdown, Georgia. The pass is complete to Juan Daniels as Tennessee broke on the ball but late. And so after the pass intercepted by Muschamp, Zaire comes right back with a touchdown strike to Daniels. And the Bulldogs have a TD, and it's 24-16. Georgia scores on the pass from Eric Zaire to Juan Daniels, his 2nd touchdown catch of the year, the 4th touchdown thrown by Zaire. How suddenly it turned around. Tennessee, the beneficiary of a turnover on a fumbled punt. The Volunteers then march downfield with it, throw a pass, it's intercepted, returned by Muschamp, and then through the air, 45 yards, Zaire to Daniels. And it's now Tennessee leading 24-16. Georgia will go for 2. They split the running backs. Here is Zaire coming out to the near side, throws into the end zone, batted down, so the 2-point try fails. And it is Jenkins who was there defending for Tennessee. The score is wrong on the scoreboard. I said 24-16, and it broke my concentration. I knew something was wrong. 9 and 6 is 15. So the extra point try fails, and the score remains 24-15. Tennessee leads by 9 points. Here's the kickoff coming down very, very high. Tennessee camps under the ball at the 5. That will be Williams. 10, 15, 20, 25-yard line. He's tackled as he gets there. And Tennessee will hand the ball at the 25, leading now. Hands off, tailback, not much there. Staggering forward, breaks a tackle, carrying the ball, turning forward. James Stewart past the 30, out to the 35-yard line. Tackled as he gets to the 37. So Stewart rambling through the left side, following the blocking of Mays and Lehman. Knocked down as he gets out there by Georgia. And so it's a gain on the play of close to 15 yards. Actually 13. So Stewart now has 114 yards rushing in the ball game. 37 seconds to go in the third quarter. Tennessee leads 24-15. Single running back. He gets the ball. Not much there. Staggering forward 3 or 4 yards before he's nailed. Travis Jones makes the tackle on James Stewart. Up the middle he goes crashing. A head comes popping free as he bangs past the 45-yard line of the Volunteers, close to first down yardage, just beyond the 47. Edwards tackles him with Travis Jones. As they unstack the players, a measurement may be required. At the conclusion of this game, we'll select the Food City star of the game. Food City will make that should be a $500 donation. Turn the lights on. I can't see a thing. To the Volunteer Athletic Scholarship Fund on behalf of the Tennessee players selected. It is not a first down. Tennessee has failed once on a fourth down try for first, once on a third down and short. I formation. Helton Steeks. He's got it. As Helton carries the football for the first down just short of the 50-yard line. Got right on the hip of big Bubba Miller at 6'1", 285, and Trey Peterson, who's in there now at a guard on the right side. And Tennessee keeps the drive alive. The clock will be stopped momentarily with 14-14 to go on a 9-point game. Tennessee leading 24-15. And so Georgia digs in defensively with Storm, Rouse, Jones up front. Linebackers are Marshall, Godfrey, Daniels, and Bright. Tennessee first down. The tailback is Hayden. Little delay now. Hayden gets the handoff, turns the corner 50. In step to the 45, to the 40. Runs around a man to the 35 where he's forced out of bounds. Just a beautiful runner. A beautiful runner.
He really is. Looked like he wasn't going to get anything out of that, John. They had him running to the sideline pretty good. He made a little move at the halfback there and just stepped right around him and kept right on going up the field.
At the point of attack, Leslie Ratliff, the big 6'7", 302-pound junior from Newport, Arkansas, walled it off and just gave him the chance to take that halfback on one-on-one, which he did, and he ends up with 17 yards, and he now has gained 115 yards in the ball game. Again, Tennessee in the I formation on first down. The little delay, and this time Hayden is racked and dropped, and that's Travis Jones, who is right there on top of him. So Tennessee went to the well twice, and Jones was there waiting this time. Tennessee loses on the... Helton, play action, rolls to the left side, being pursued. He's got a lot of room to run. He's going to. This is Helton cutting inside 30, down to the 25-yard line. He dives for a first down, I think, as Helton saw it just absolutely open up. And Bill, like you, I take a deep breath when he runs the football, but that time he was able to move for a first down, 10 to go.
Boy, when he turned the corner, there was nobody over there. I thought he might go all the way for a minute, but one of the backs got over there and able to turn him back inside, but he did an excellent job to pick up the first down.
Helton, 8 carries, 28 yards. That one good for 14, picking up the first down at the 23-yard line of the Bulldogs. Tennessee leads 24-15. Back to an I formation. Tied in to the right side. Tennessee runs back into the boundary. Stutter stepping forward, twisting and turning and battling and churning and driving and fighting and carrying the ball down to the 15-yard line is Aaron Hayden. Daniels and Edwards tackle him. He had one man on whose hip he was riding, but there were 3 or 4 Georgia Bulldog defenders, and just churning forward goes Aaron Hayden for a big game. Yes, Bill.
He was riding the offensive lineman, though. John Evans still pushing downfield there, about 6-7 yards. He was right in behind him.
Hayden, 19 carries, 120 yards. Stewart, 22 carries, 123 yards in the ball game. For Tennessee, second down, 2 yards to go, needing the 13 for a first. The ball is on the 15-yard line. Hayden is the running back. Georgia into an 8-man front. Helton to Hayden, gets to the outside, turns the corner, slides inside, I think has a first down as he digs out close to the 10-yard line. Robert Edwards makes the tackle on him as Joey Kent was wall blocking on the far side from his split position. The sophomore from Huntsville gives him room to pick up a first down and 10 to go.
I'll tell you, Georgia's moving some more people in over there on that weak side, and they've moved a couple of times. They've had different people overshift, trying to get a little bit wider and fill that hole that's been in there, but Tennessee's still been able to pick up the yardage.
Tennessee 24, Georgia 15, 11:34 to go in the football game at Athens. Hayden is the tailback behind Helton on first down. Helton Handoff. Hayden comes to the near side, is hit and dropped behind the line of scrimmage, and penetrating from his safety position is Buster Owens. Big loss for Tennessee.
And to run wide. They haven't been able to get outside of Georgia, John, because Georgia has good team speed, especially Godfrey run them down at the boundaries. I mean, their whole team can get to the outside.
There it is. Right side. There he carries the ball to the 15, and Hayden has stood up and shoved back. But his progress got him to the 15-yard line, where Daniels makes the tackle on him. Same position on the field on 4th down and about a yard. Tried for it and failed. Now for Tennessee, it's got to be 3rd down and 14. Tennessee has converted on 7 of 14 third down tries. The Georgia fans come to their feet. Tennessee in an I formation. Handoff goes. Tailback slips and slides and falls for no gain. Tackle. Inside 10 minutes to go in the football game. It is now 24-15. Tennessee leads. And Bexford will be attempting a field goal of 33 yards from the right hash mark toward the field goal, toward the goalpost to your right. Georgia ready to rush. The score is 24-15 as Bexford will attempt this field goal. Kicks it in the air. The kick by Bexford. Give it to him. Tennessee leads by a score of 27-15. Here's the kick, relatively short this time. Georgia's going to race up to make the catch on the run at the 20. Bang, he's dropped at the 24-yard line and shoved back downfield. And still hustling around. Why there was no whistle, I'll never know until very late. Finally, it's going to be blown, and forward progress will be at Zier back to throw. Here's some pressure. Steps out of the pocket. Will run the football being chased. And he goes out of bounds as he is knocked out of bounds at about the 20-yard line. And chasing him from the inside is Scott Gallion. The crowd boos because the tackle was made one stride, Bill Anderson, inside the far sideline.
Yeah, well, he wasn't hurt.
With time, here's the screen pass to the near side, pull down at the 30, to the 35, to the 40, to the 45, up to the 46-yard line goes the receiver, who is Larry Bowie, the fullback. 7-15, Georgia with the football. Zier calls the play as he checks out Tennessee's defense. Veteran quarterback, has started since his freshman year at Georgia. This is he. Back to throw. Here's that flare to the far side. It is incomplete. Cover the ball. It might have been a lateral. No, it wasn't. Tennessee from right to left. Zier moving out that way, looking to throw. Being pursued. Pass downfield. Incomplete. Penalty marker down on the play. Penalty marker down on the play. The pass intended for Thomas. The yellow flag was dropped at the 32-yard line. And the officials will discuss the call. As Zier was flushed out of the pocket again, as he rolls to his right, he throws the ball downfield. And let's see what the call will be. The officials discuss it, and
we have offensive pass interference.
Offensive pass interference, Bill Anderson, and you had that one on the nose.
Well, I know one thing. I thought it was I thought he'd call it defensively, and I thought, oh, goodness, that's a bad call. But evidently it went the other way. And
so there will be a penalty assessed against the Georgia Bulldogs. It was a 3rd down and 4 situation. And we'll just let the official, I think I know exactly what the call is going to be. Now, Tennessee is discussing whether or not to accept the penalty or whether not. It would be 4th and 4 as let's go to the...
We have offensive pass interference, 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, and loss of down.
I knew that. See, I wasn't going to say that. I knew it was a loss of down. I don't know much, Bill, but I was waiting for Tennessee to make a decision. I said, what's the decision? So it's got to be 4th down and long. It is a loss of down on offensive pass interference. And so it's 4th and long for Georgia, and the clock is down to 8 minutes and 7 seconds. And Summers is deep as Langley is on to punt this time for Georgia. Tennessee's got the return on. Punt. Summers asks for and makes the fair catch at the Volunteer 28-yard line. At that point, Tennessee will hand the ball. 1st down and 10 to go. Tennessee in its last. Pitch will go to Tennessee's tailback, and he's going to break one tackle. Tries to get to the outside, does. Turns the corner 30. Has the ball 35, 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown, Tennessee! James Stewart, 71 yards. He was absolutely stopped goes 71 yards to score, was hit at the 5, breaks the tackle, carries her home, and Tennessee's James Stewart has had a monumental run to give Tennessee a 33-15 advantage.
What a run, John. I mean, that'll be in the highlight film. I'll guarantee you that. He turned it inside, was hit 2 or 3 times, stopped, stuck, got away, pulled loose, got outside, jumped around, and finally broke it for the distance. Beautiful, beautiful run.
23 carries, 194 yards. Bexport to attempt the extra point. It's up. Did he make it? He made it. Here comes the kickoff. Bexport hits it. Georgia will corral the ball at the 2-yard line. 5, 10, 15, 20, 23-yard line, and he's tackled. Georgia first down and 10 to go at the Bulldog 23-yard line. Last year, Tennessee won over Georgia 38-6 in Knoxville. Eric Lane was there to make the tackle. It was he who earlier jarred the ball loose from Georgia on a punt return, which Tennessee recovered, then moved downfield only to throw for an interception, which set up the Georgia touchdown. 34-15, Tennessee leading. Bill, few of the Vol fans here are leaving.
I don't think any of them are going anywhere right now.
But Georgia has Eric Zeier, all-time passing leader at Georgia, back to throw out of the shotgun, being pursued. He is pursued so much that he throws the ball out of bounds far across the way, intending it for Daniels, but really Tennessee got to him with pressure, and he just threw it out of bounds.
Terrific job of the defensive line tonight, John. I think that's been the big difference. Of course, the offensive line has done their job too, but on the other side of the coin, the down linemen on the defense have played a whale of a ball game.
That includes Burton and Stone and Taylor and White and Emery and Teague. Barron has played. Tennessee now a 3-down line situation. Zeier still getting pressure on him. Pass upfield is caught on a nice diving, scooting catch by Bryce Hunter. It will be a hair short of the first down, as he was pinned after making the catch by Sean Summers. The Volunteers rotating linesmen, defensive linemen, sometimes going with 4 defensive ends in situations, Bill Anderson, and perhaps that's been a factor as well.
Well, they're getting some speed in there, and it's very tiring coming across there and chasing that quarterback every time, and so they've gone to use their depth to keep fresh people in there too.
Georgia going without a huddle to conserve time. Tennessee with 4 down linemen now on 3rd down. Zeier waiting, pass down and out is caught, pulled down, breaking a tackle, skittering forward, breaking free, and now pulled down from behind was Juan Daniels. Outstanding effort by Daniels. He made the catch at the 45, was hit but breaks free. Carries to the 50, is hit again but breaks free, and finally ends up inside Tennessee's 45 at the 43-yard line in the arms of Terry Fair and trailing Leland Taylor. Excellent play by Daniels. Georgia without a huddle. 6:36 to go. The Volunteers lead 34-15. Zeier out of the shotgun against 3 down linemen. Zeier with time. Pass down and out is skipped and caught at the 40. Then breaking a tackle, staying on his feet, still running to the ball, and finally knocked out of bounds far across the way is Jeff Thomas, as Tennessee had 2 shots at him but did not wrap up the tackle, and Georgia has moved down to the Volunteer 25-yard line where the clock is stopped with the out-of-bounds play. 6 minutes, 20 seconds to go. It's 34-15 in favor of Tennessee. Georgia lines up without a huddle. The tackle on the last play was made by Austin. Now the officials step in to indicate that as Georgia is scurrying downfield, Tennessee wants to slow down. Georgia, the best way to do it right now, Bill Anderson, is with a timeout. Waits, looks. Pass downfield is going to be complete at the 1-yard line to Daniels, who goes up over the defender. Spargasso was there, and he went up and pulled it down and steps out of bounds as right on target is the clock to tick any more seconds away. They're going to line up in a split back situation. They got 2 tight ends. Zeier is the quarterback, and now he asks for a timeout. The clock was not running, but he sees Tennessee jump into a goal line defense, so he uses his timeout. Handoff goes, driving forward, penalty marker down, and he carries into the end zone for what would be a touchdown. But the official is indicating, as they discussed, there was a marker down on the play, and we'll see what the call will be. Bowie it was who carried the ball into the end zone. Let's go to the sideline for the call.
We have offside on the defense. Penalty is declined. Touchdown.
Touchdown for Georgia, as Tennessee was offsides. And so the Bulldogs indeed score with 5:32 left to go in this football game. It's far from over. 34-21 is the score. And Georgia, well, that's a 13-point game. 2 would make it 11, which would make a tie possible. And so Georgia undoubtedly will go for 2. Earlier, Georgia tried for 2 and failed. So the Bulldogs will have the ball spotted at the 3-yard line. Tennessee had a player injured on the play who is being helped to the sideline. So there's a momentary timeout for his replacement to come into the game. Georgia will have the ball, trailing now. The injured player was Leland Taylor, pretty much under his own power, walking to the sideline with help. But he does not seem to ostensibly be favoring either leg, knee, or ankle, as is so often the case. So Georgia, now trailing 34-21, will have the ball at the Tennessee 3, going for a 2-point conversion try. 2 wideouts left, running back split. Zier sends a man in motion, Hunter, from left to right. Zier wants to throw, looking for Hunter. Pass downfield is good. Great diving grab by Bowie, who makes the catch and just rolls into the end zone. Pretty well defended, but the pass was just rifled into him. And so it's an 11-point game. 5:32 to go. Tennessee 34, Georgia 23. Ward, who has played. Tennessee used, of course, Brandon Stewart and Peyton Manning, the quarterbacks. Jonathan Brown, Terry Fair, Steve Johnson, Anthony Hampton, true freshmen who have played. Maurice Staley and Marcus Nash, also the wide receivers, have played in this game. So here comes Georgia out to kick off, and here comes Tennessee with a lot of receivers up there in that front line. Georgia's going to spot the ball on the right hash mark. It's an 11-point game with 5:32 to go. Tennessee 34, Georgia 23. And Tennessee has 7 players hanging out on the right side, anticipating that Georgia is going to try to kick the ball back to the power of its covering unit. Here's the onside kick. Tennessee dives, catches the ball, and the catch was made by Joey Kent. It was a nice catch. Got the ball in the air a little bit, did not take that first skip that the kicker wants to have, and so Kent just nestles under it and makes the catch, and Tennessee picks up. Excellent field position, but it's a gamble that Georgia had to make, Bill.
I think so. They just popped it up, though. Not a good onside kick, because like you said, John, you want to kick a squirrely one that will hit the ground and take a wild jump so they can't get a hold of it, rather than that little pop-up like that. Tennessee was lucky, though. As I was counting, I don't think they had 10 men on the field.
There was one hugging the near sideline. I think, Bill, you might have missed. Perhaps not. Anyway, Tennessee's got the ball, and Pelton brings them up to the line with Aaron Hayden in there at tailback. The Vols have committed 1 turnover, and as Georgia slips into a 6-man line, Helton doesn't like what he sees, so once more he's going to ask for a timeout. Hutton hits it high. Tennessee races downfield, hoping to cover. Ward signals for a fair catch. The ball goes into the end zone, I think. We'll wait and see if we get a signal from the official. It will be a touchback. Tennessee had a shot, but simply did not get there, and the ball carries into the end zone, so that Georgia will go on offense, trailing by a score of 34-23 with 4:25 to go. That's a long, long time, Bill Anderson.
There's no doubt about that. And of course, they can move it out on the 20-yard line. They got a pretty good operating room here, and so Tennessee's defense is going to have to rise to the occasion.
Tennessee has 3 down linemen. Wide split. Georgia in the shotgun. Receivers, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Zier looking. Time pass is caught, but the receiver is wrapped up and dropped, as it was Daniels making the catch at the 21, and right on top of him, Ronald Davis actually throws him down at the 19, but forward progress carries him to the 21. Tennessee rushing with 3 down linemen. Stone and Barron changed that. Stone and Taylor back in, and Emmerich. Georgia trailing 34-23. Back to throw. Here's that underhand pass. It is dropped and goes incomplete. That's not a lateral. It was a forward underhand shuttle pass intended for the slanting Bowie, who dropped the ball. It goes incomplete. It becomes 3rd down and 9 yards to go. Clock stopped with 3:52 to go. Tennessee leads Georgia 34-23. The Bulldogs huddle this time because the clock is stopped. 2 wideouts left, 2 right, single running back, actually is a wing back to the left side against a 3-man front. Back to throw. This is Zier stepping up, rips the pass to the near side. It is pulled down and punted for a first down, then fumbling. The ball is picked up, and it is finally, I think, Emery ending up with the ball, but let's wait and see. The ball had been carried to the 31. He was hit. It bounced free. Tennessee scoops it up, and John Emery, it was, who returns the ball down to the 21-yard line. And Tennessee has the football, has the 11-point lead, has 3:38 to go in the game, and again, a turnover costs the Bulldogs.
Good hit, too. One of those defensive backs, I don't know who made the hit, but it's another good hit. Tennessee's defensive secondary and people have really put some hits on the ball carriers tonight. They did a good job of covering there in that series too, John. They had about 6 defensive backs in there rushing with the 3 down linemen. The down linemen causing a little bit of problem back there, and a lot of people in the secondary.
Tennessee with the football. Helton, handoff. That's Mose Phillips, the fullback, who cracks over left guard. The play started at the 21-yard line. It ends up near the 15. Travis Jones make the tackle on Mose Phillips. 3:24 to go and counting. Tennessee 34, Georgia 23. The ball just shy of the 15-yard line in Georgia territory and Tennessee possession. The Volunteers have won 3 straight times over Georgia. Coach Ray Goff has never seen a victory over the Volunteers as he strides back and forth along the near sideline, and Tennessee slowly to the line. Down inside 3 minutes as this play gets underway with Helton giving again to Mose Phillips. Working along the line of scrimmage. They're trying to rip the ball away from him, but he holds on to it and uses a little time. Bill Anderson sort of sidestepping left and right. Is ridden down at the 15-yard line where it will be 3rd down for Tennessee. 2 minutes and 42 seconds to go in the game. Bright and Godfrey. And Bill, you've talked about Godfrey. I've talked about Godfrey. You can't say enough about Godfrey.
No, he's an outstanding player. He's been in there on every down, I think, defensively, and he's been all over the field.
Tennessee with Helton taking his time. Looking at the play clock, which is down to 10 seconds. And the scoreboard clock at 2:19. Tennessee with a recovered fumble. Handoff goes to the tailback. Has running room. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown, James Stewart. They open the hole, and here comes Stewart again. And James Stewart just bursts through the middle. Tennessee has players, offensive linemen limping to the side. Georgia has defensive players limping to the side, but not limping at all. James Stewart, who has again gone in to score. Earlier it was 71 yards, now for 16, 24 carries, 210 yards in this football game by James Stewart.
What a night.
Bexford on to attempt the extra point. Tennessee leading 40-23. The kick by Bexford. Good. Tennessee 41, Georgia 23. So Tennessee, after the fumble, and I'm not sure who made the stick on that. There was a jumble there. But nevertheless, it was Emery who ended up with the football on the recovery. Tennessee now has scored. Stewart has scored. I had him with 3. He has 4 touchdowns. I missed one in my mind here. Stewart has 4 touchdowns in this football game. And that will tie with Bob Lund, Turkey Payne, going back a long way, with Simpson, that's Hubert Simpson, and with Thompson, who had 4 against Vanderbilt back in 1990. So that was James Stewart, who has gained over 200 yards, has scored 4 touchdowns in this football game. And keep in mind that Tennessee has another tailback who's gone over 100 yards, and Aaron Hayden, and Jay Graham also very impressive. Georgia, Bill, in a world of hurt right now.
Well, yeah, they are at this point. Tennessee's got it pretty well locked up now.
Here's Bexford, kick coming downfield. Georgia backs up. It will be at the 5. Looks for a block to the 10, to the 15. Breaks to the outside 20. On his feet 25. Still on his feet 30. Out to the 35-yard line. This will be Hines Ward. Excellent return by Ward. And Georgia will go on the offense. First down at 10 to go. Troy Pratt was there to make the tackle for Tennessee. And Georgia trailing 41-23 as Tennessee seeks its first victory and its first SEC victory at the same time. The Big Orange fans still to your left, standing and cheering at the end zone on the left side. Zier at quarterback. Zier out of the shotgun. waits, looks. Here's the pass across the middle. It is caught by Thomas. Thomas breaks one tackle, then he is banged down, fumbles the ball again. There's a scramble for it at the 45-yard line of Tennessee, and the Volunteers say, we have the football. What does the referee say? Tennessee has recovered another Georgia fumble.
Good hit again by the secondary. I tell you, they're doing some hitting back there, John. The ball's not just being fumbled, it's being knocked out of there.
And Tennessee's Scott Gallion comes up with the recovery. There were 4 players actually converging on him, and I'm not sure who will get credit for the tackle. We don't want to guess. Gallion ends up with the recovery. How many turnovers now is that for Georgia? That will be 4 turnovers, and the Volunteers will hand the ball. Tennessee's guilty of 1 turnover, a pass interception. Now the Volunteers are going to sort of line up in their prevent offense. 1:54 to go. Helton gives it off fullback, turning forward. Here's Mose Phillips. Straight ahead he grinds up near midfield. Play starting at the 45-yard line where the recovery is made. Now to the 49 where Phillips is dropped by Derek Bird. Tennessee will have it 2nd down and 6 yards to go. The Volunteers got away to a 3-0 lead. Actually, that was started with a recovery of a fumble after a pass completion by Georgia. Tennessee ends up with a field goal. Then the Volunteers march to grab a lead and build it to halftime, and now adding to it, the Volunteers lead 41-23. High formation, Tennessee taking its time. It's in there. They feel good, too. They've all left. Bill, moving downstairs.
No, they should feel good. They did a good job. I tell you, they got this team ready to play, and they had a good game plan, got good execution by the players, and just a good performance all the way around.
38 seconds to go. Tennessee 3rd down, 2 yards to go. Helton, Phillips, 1st down. That'll stop the clock as he moves inside the 45. And the Vols have picked up another 1st down in this football game. That's a total of 26 1st downs for Tennessee. The clock will be wound, and Tennessee must initiate one more play. Todd Helton, looking at the sideline, threw 1 interception, but Bill, certainly his overall performance equalizes or neutralizes that. And if you had to pick one play to neutralize it, the touchdown pass, which was right on the money.
Oh, yeah. He made a super throw in there, and he really threw in it through a very narrow window when he threw the touchdown pass, but he wasn't able to get it in there at the time he got it intercepted. But other than that, he played an outstanding ball game.
The Tennessee fans are standing and cheering as the clock will be counted down. Tennessee's going to take a 5-yard delay of game penalty. 2 seconds remain. But the Tennessee fans, to your left, with orange and white shakers filling the Georgia sky, applaud a 5-yard step-off. Now Tennessee must probably let Helton go down to 1 knee, although perhaps he'll hand the ball off. I don't know. Tennessee, as we said, with Helton, he'll go to 1 knee, 2, 1. It's over. Tennessee beats Georgia 41-23.
When natural.
23. At the end of the 1st quarter, Tennessee led 3-0. At halftime, Tennessee 17-6. At the end of 3 quarters, Tennessee 24-15. Then the Volunteers score 17 points in the 4th quarter to win over Georgia, which had an 8-point score, touchdown and 2-point conversion. It's 41-23. Bill Anderson is thinking because we'll be selecting the Food City star of the game, and I think he's got his mind made up. But a lot of people in this game played very, very well for the Volunteers. Right now, though, it's time to select the Food City star of the
Bulldogs 41-23 in Athens. Tennessee 1-1 on the year, 1-0 in the Southeastern Conference. Hi, everybody. I'm Randy Smith along with John Wilkerson on the ground.
Exactly that, and a strong showing by the defense. It was bend, don't break for the Big Orange D, and they came up big with a first conference win.
The Southeastern Conference Finals at Sanford Stadium. Here again, the voice of the Vols is John Ward.
The final statistics are brought to you by J.C. Penney, where you can pick up Volume 2 from the best of the Big Orange.